Hello everybody and welcome to a really special episode. I'm going to be walking you through a day on the Get Lean eating plan, because you know what, I get heaps of messages from women saying, hey Belle, I think I eat healthy, I think I know what to eat, but there's just so much information out there, I'm really confused, and how can I lose weight without feeling hungry and still feel really satisfied, not get those cravings? And I thought, why not take you through a day on the Get Lean eating plan? So I'm going to walk you through right from breakfast, snacks, lunch and dinner. But before we get into that, I want to just go over a few of the mistakes that I find women tend to make. And I just want to welcome you all on here today. Say hi, let me know where you're from. If you're already a Get Leaner, let me know. You know I love saying hi to you guys. I'm going to jump on my page and I'm going to be taking questions, okay? So throw your questions out. We'll be doing some questions. And I just want to say thank you to everybody for joining. And I'm going to be showing you how you can eat, not feel hungry, get rid of those cravings and lose weight. And yet so many women join my program and they're like, hey Belle, there just seems to be so much food, I'm really afraid of gaining weight. And then 2 or 3 weeks into the program, they're losing weight, right? And they're not hungry and they're like, oh my goodness, how could have I missed this, right? So there's a few very important tips that I'm going to be sharing with you today, and they're to do with the mistakes that I find women usually make. So just want to say hi to a few people. Hey Kat, great to see you. Yeah, you just joined Get Lean. It's great to have you on the program. Melissa, awesome. Wendy's on today from Derby, UK. Great to see you. It's nighttime over there. Hope it's not too cold. Leanne, yes, you're going to love this, Leanne. Leanne's one of my regulars on my lives. Julie from Wales, awesome. Yeah, you're going to really love what I'm going to walk you through today. And this is kind of a typical day that I'll have in my own eating. Okay, so let's get into it. And I want to talk first about the mistakes, all right? Now, here's what happens. A lot of women, when they want to lose weight, kind of go on this mini diet day, right? Each day is a kind of diet. And what they do is they wake up in the morning and they're kind of like, oh my goodness, I've got to lose weight. I'm feeling stressed about what I ate last night and yesterday. So I'm going to skip breakfast. I'm just going to have 2 or 3 cups of coffee with a few sugars, right? And then they kind of get hungry. It's coming up to lunch. They kind of have a salad, all right, something healthy. They're not feeling great, of course, because they haven't eaten much. Their blood sugar's really low. And what happens mid to late afternoon, they get the munchies and they start craving. And they're like, okay, I've been good most of the day. I guess I can have a few snacks and a couple of biscuits. They get home, they're preparing dinner, and they're like, oh, okay, yeah, I'll have a glass of wine to take the edge off the day. The teas and the biscuits, the dinner they end up eating because they're like, look, I haven't eaten much all day. I'm going to have this lovely big dinner. And then, of course, okay, dessert. And they're back to square one in the evening. If you can relate to this, give me a little love or like, okay? It's really common, all right, that you starve yourself in the first part of the day and then you overeat in the last part of the day. And it's this vicious cycle, all right? So we're going to break the vicious cycle by eating properly. And I'm going to explain how it works. Now, the other thing is the portion sizes, all right? This is a big one because, no one wants to be counting calories. No one wants to be weighing food, right? So you've got to find a way to easily manage your portions, and that's visually knowing how much is about right for your body. And this is what I teach you on the program, is how to get your portions sizes right for the right food types. This is the next thing, and this is the next mistake that women make, that they kind of deprive themselves of certain food types, particularly carbs or starchy carbs when they're trying to lose weight. Now, we need carbs for energy, right? If we don't get those carbs, particularly into our 40s and when our hormones are changing, we're going to have an energy slump, we're going to get the cravings, and then we end up eating stuff we don't want, right? But it's the difference between the starchy carbs, all right, and the fibrous carbs. There's 2 different types of carbohydrates. One's a fast burning, okay, so the sugary carbs, the refined carbs are going to give you that energy hit, but then it's gone, right? So when you're starting a fire, use the kindling, it burns hot and fast and then it's gone. The slow burning carbs give you constant energy through the day and help keep your blood sugar level even. So that's the slow burning. If you live in a cold country and if you use a fire in winter, you're going to use a really heavy, dense wood that burns nice and slow and hot during the day and during the night. And that's what it's like with the slow burning carbs. So we need to be really smart and time our carbohydrates correctly to boost our metabolism, to boost our fat burning and keep our energy levels up, right? Is this making sense, right? Give me a love or a like if it's making sense. I can see heaps of people on. Share this today because this is not rocket science, ladies, but it's just, you know what the thing about common sense is? It's not very common, right? So it's a really simple stuff, principles I'm going to share today that can absolutely turn around your eating and your weight and your results, all right? So let me just quickly jump on and say hi to a few more people. Jeanette from Perth. Hey, Jeanette. It's early over there. Crikey, thanks for getting up early. Beth, hey, great to see you, Beth. Love you, Beth. Awesome. Leonara, Belle, I'm eating the lean and clean, but as soon as I start eating starchy carbs, I put the weight on. Okay, so what I would do in this case is go for the gluten-free carbs, all right? The gluten-free, a little bit gentle on digestion, easier to digest, all right? And also listen to what I'm going to explain today about the timing of your carbohydrates because this is really important, okay? A lot of women stock up on the starchy carbohydrates in the evening and then they go to bed. The thing is our digestion slows down overnight, okay, and you don't want slow digesting foods that are going to turn to fat while you're sleeping, right? So I'm going to explain that, and this is the timing of the starchy carbohydrates, which is important. Jules, hey Jules from New Zealand, Kiwi girl. It's windy and wet and overcast here in Wellington today. Jules, where are you from? Louise, great to see you. Diane, hey, thank you, Diane. All right, so let's get stuck into it. I can see quite a few questions, and I'll come back to those. So let's get into what are you going to eat through the day and why? That's the big reason. I think you can see everything. Yeah, that's awesome. Great. Awesome. Okay, so we've talked about the key things, all right? Not starving yourself through the day and then overeating at night, making sure you're eating the right portion sizes, the right food types, and the right timing of your starchy carbohydrates. That's vital. Many women join my program and they don't actually drop their calorie intake. In some cases, they increase it because they're under eating, but they lose weight. And they're like, how can this be, Belle? I'm eating more, I'm not hungry, but I'm losing weight. And I say that's because we're timing your foods, meals and snacks and starchy carbohydrates correctly in the right portion sizes, all right? So we're going to talk about that now, especially lean protein and healthy fats. So I want to talk about your portion sizes first, okay, and on the program, because I get a lot of questions. And then, first of all, I get a lot of questions saying, hey, Belle, do you have weird foods on your program and supplements, you know, and do I have to spend a lot of money? No. Most of the foods can be got at your supermarket or fresh food store. In fact, all of them, all right? You can get them. Your grocery bill is going to be about the same. Most women say, hey, my grocery bill is about the same as it was before, okay? Nothing weird or strange. There may be some things you haven't heard of before, but that doesn't mean you can't easily find them, right? So what we do, we don't weigh anything. We don't count calories. We use portions. And I use a metric cup system. Now, if you're in the UK and you don't use metric, a normal little drinking cup like this or an English teacup is perfectly fine. A small coffee cup is going to be your measuring thing. So we measure food in volume, okay? So a cup of steel cut oats, you know, a cup, two to three cups of salad, all right? This is how easy it is, all right? You don't need to be messing around stuff. And then after a while, I help you with using your hand as a guide to how much to eat. And then after 2 or 3 weeks on the program, when you look at what you're eating, you can visually know how much is the right portion size for you. So it's great if you travel, if you're away with work, if you're at a restaurant, you know what's right for your body and how much to eat. Is this making sense, right? It's really easy. Easy is the way to go. Easy, squeezy, lemon squeezy. It's an English saying for all my little English girls. All right, lovely. Oh, Jack's in Christchurch. It's sunny in Christchurch. Oi, oi, oi. Joan from Los Angeles. Thanks for joining, Joan. All right, so that's how we do our measuring on the program. So let's jump in to breakfast. Now, as I said, a lot of women skip breakfast. And a lot of women say to me, hey, Belle, I can't eat in the morning, you know, I'm not hungry. Now I think we've got over 200 different recipes on the program to accommodate all different preferences and food types. We've got a vegetarian Get Lean plan. If you're vegetarian, we've got gluten-free recipes right for you. I'm dairy-free, okay, so we can accommodate your specific eating needs. So, for example, in the morning, I have an energy-boosting breakfast shake that balances your hormones with maca and matcha. If you're someone who can't really face breakfast in the morning, you're going to have the energy boosting breakfast smoothie. If you like kind of a toast person, we've got toast with savoury toppings, you know, avocado, tomato, a poached egg. I give you a whole range of things like that. We've got frittatas, we've got egg based, but we also have, for those who like their breakfast, we have our steel cut oats. Now, if you've heard of steel cut oats, if you're in the UK, they're the Scottish oats, the groats, okay? They're very different from your normal oats. Now, I don't know if you're going to see this because it's so far away, but this is a normal oat. Can you see that? Yeah, it's kind of flat. Right now, with a normal oat, they steam it with hot steam and then they roll it. And that removes a lot of the nutrient value from the oat. With the steel cut oats, it's exactly what it says. It's cut with a steel roller and it's the whole oat grain that's kind of cut up into tiny little pieces. Now, this is magic, because it's got lots and lots of fibre, protein, and then remember what I said about the slow burning carbs. This is going to burn slow and long through the day to keep your energy levels up, right? To stop those sort of sudden cravings mid-morning when you're like, oh my God, I need a biscuit, I need a cup of coffee. You're going to be amazed. So I've cooked some of these steel cut oats up here. You can see they're really creamy. It's really different from your normal oats. They have a nutty taste. Oh, my mouth's watering, sorry. They've got a nutty taste to them. And you don't just get the oats. Okay, so I'm walking you through an actual day on my program. You get to add little extras, all right? So the extras are just what makes it really yummy. Now, you can have normal milk. I've got coconut milk here. You put a little bit of milk with that, whatever is your preference, okay? And then you're going to add in some extras. You can have I've got sunflower and chia seeds, okay? Right, so you sprinkle some of those over. I've got dried figs and they feature on my program. I'm going to talk about why in a minute. And I've got some fresh berries, okay? So you give yourself 3 to 4 teaspoons of the extras and you'll see this on the program. Okay, so what that does is without even adding sugar, you've got a naturally sweet, beautiful steel cut oat breakfast, all right? Absolutely delicious. Now that's going to set yourself up to succeed, right? Starting your day right with the slow burning carbs, all right? It's going to get your energy levels up. You're going to have this lovely steady blood sugar level so you're not having these peaks and troughs, all right? Your moods are going to be more stable. You're not going to feel all grumpy and out of sorts, all right? And that is such an important part. So you need your carbs, but it's the timing of the carbs, and I'm going to explain that as we go through the day. So you've had your breakfast. Let me quickly see if I've got any questions about that. Yeah, Deb says, can you put protein powder with the oats? Absolutely, but you want to factor that into the total calories, all right? We're looking about 350 calories for breakfast, and that's according to the portion sizes that I give you on the plan. So, for example, you might want to do a half serve protein powder with water instead of having milk with the oats, and then I think you'll be just right. Okay, Arthi says she loves her oats in the morning. Awesome, Arthi. Kathy, where can you get steel cut oats from? Look, these are the New Zealand ones, Ceres Organics. Do a quick Google search. You can buy them online. They're not expensive. They last forever. You can see this great big bag. Most Whole Foods stores have them. Even the supermarkets, Bob's Red Mill, I think it is, in the US, have a great steel cut oats, all right? But believe me, you won't look back. They are so good. And you can do it in the slow cooker as well overnight. Oh my goodness, that's amazing. My mouth's watering just thinking about it. Okay, Debbie says, who else we got? Kathy, Elaine. Hey, Mummy, how you going? Claudia Nelson. Hey, Kim, how are you? All right, good on you, Deb. Yeah, and Jeanette says, I soak my still cut oats with almond milk overnight. Great idea. That's what I did. I soaked these and then they just cooked really quickly on the stove. They take longer to cook, okay, because they have the whole grain, right? So they're just going to take a little longer. So the slow cooker or soak them overnight and then cook them on the stovetop. And of course you can cook it up and freeze it. My sister, she makes a big batch on the weekend, portions it out and takes it into work. She walks to work for exercise and then as soon as she gets to work, she makes up this, right? And just microwaves these oats, puts the extras in and off she goes. Amazing. And she said, Belle, you know, it makes such a difference to my energy levels when I start the day right with the still cut oats, all right? So as I said, we have other breakfast options on the program, a ton, right? So we accommodate all the different food types and preferences, right, with your food taste buds. All right, so that's your breakfast in the morning. Then you the key is not to go too long without eating. Why is that? Because your body needs a constant supply of blood sugar for energy and to help your digestion function, your brain function. If you're not getting that constant level of energy, you're going to start to feel mentally fatigued, irritable, out of sorts, low physical energy, okay? Am I reading your mail? I remember when I used to work in the office as an executive and I did what I told you. I would not eat all morning. I'd live on coffee. I'd get to lunchtime and I'd kind of feel really irritable and out of sorts and I couldn't concentrate. And I remember one of my staff came up, little Geraldine, she was French, and she goes, Belinda, you need to eat. You need to feed your brain. You need to feed your brain. And I'm like, feed my brain? But she was right. Years later, I discovered, crikeys, yeah, it's not just about my body, it's about my brain. And when your brain gets tired and fatigued and your blood sugar is low, guess what happens? It's really hard to make good, healthy decisions and choices about food, right? So it's a kind of vicious cycle. You starve yourself, your brain gets really fatigued and tired, you're not strong enough to make a good, healthy decision, so you go for the rubbish. You get an energy peak, and then you get the energy drop, and then you go into crisis mode again, and you eat rubbish. So can you see how it all fits together? So you start your day off well, you've got lovely constant blood sugar level, but you don't want to go too long, 2 to 3 hours. You want to be eating something every 2 to 3 hours. That's the key. It's really, really important. You don't have to eat a lot, but you just need to eat consistently. That's the key. Eating consistently. So the next thing is your mid-morning snack. So I've got the snack here. And a lot of women say to me, hey, Belle, cracky mongers, that's so much. You know, how am I going to eat all that? I just say, hey, listen to your hunger signals. It's really important to listen to your hunger signals, right, on how hungry you are and adjust. You know, don't feel like you're regimented, that because this is a snack, you have to eat everything, all right? If you feel like it, eat it, okay? You're going to lose weight. If you don't, just eat enough to feel satisfied but not to full. So pear is a great fruit. It's low glycemic, it's got high in fibre and lots of healthy nutrients. I love almonds, okay, really satisfying. They're obviously crunchy, high in protein. And I love yogurt. Now you can have any kind of yogurt. This is a coconut yogurt, and I'm just going to pop that down because I found this great bang, Cathedral Cove in New Zealand, coconut yogurt, absolutely delicious. So you can have coconut yogurt, almond milk yogurt, goat's milk yogurt. I make my own goat's milk yogurt, regular yogurt. So even if you're dairy free, you can still have a yogurt serving high in protein. Okay, absolutely. I'm going to have a little taste because oh, that's melt in your mouth. So good. So you got your protein, your dairy, your healthy fats, you got your fruit, you got your natural sugars. Okay, so you're not feeling deprived of your sweet things. And your almonds, these are going to digest slowly with lots of fibre. Fantastic mid-morning snack. Take it on the run, easy. Okay, keep it at work. So you have your breakfast. About 3 hours later, mid-morning, you're going to have your snack. And then by lunchtime, you're going to be feeling hungry, all right? Now, again, you know, don't kind of punish yourself by not having your carbs. If you go too low on the carbs, you're going to be overwhelmed with hunger. Like I said, remember, you're going to get brain fatigue, you're going to get kind of moodiness, you're going to get cravings, you need some carbs. But the key is the right carbs and the right portions. Now, I've got the mountain bread here, all right? Now, the mountain bread is great, and these are 2 small wraps. You can make 1 big one or 2 small, and the mountain bread, I think they're about 75 calories each. But they're great carbs, all right? You're going to get a really nice little boost in your energy without feeling heavy or weighed down. You can go gluten-free. We've got tons of options, right? With this, you know, we have all sorts of salads and cooked lunches, but I picked this because I know a lot of you work, you're on the road. One of our Get Leaners in our private group posted one of these the other day and just said, oh, that's right, 2 girls did. One was going to the beach and another was on work, and she works out of her car. And she posted one of these and said, this is perfect for me, right? So you want some protein in there. You can have some of your leftover beef from the night before. You can have chicken, you can have eggs, you can make it a vegetarian, okay, with your tofu or even beans, all right? We've got a beautiful Thai chicken wrap, beef wrap, Thai beef wrap. With what else have we got? Mexican beef and like a taco wrap. All right, so these are fantastic for lunch, and they're really, really satisfying. You want to get lots of veggies in there. Your fresh greens, your spinach. I've got avocado, tomato. All right, and then a few little condiments if you like. You can have fresh ginger, is awesome. So these are great. You can pre-prepare them and you can freeze them during the week even, and just wrap them up and pull them out and take them with you during the week, okay? Whatever's going to make it easy for you, right? So we're just going to pause there at lunch. You're feeling really good at lunchtime. You've started your day well with a really good breakfast. Your energy levels are high. You're feeling good. You're not feeling irritable and out of sorts and starving. You've eaten a nice morning snack, okay? You're not feeling that heavy, bloated, way down feeling, okay, that you get. So let me just quickly check if I've got any questions. Hey, Martina. Martina says, I really need to start eating healthy again. Been eating poorly for the last few months. I hope this inspires you today. Lots of great ideas. Even if you do 1 or 2 things from what I share today, you're going to see results, okay? It's the little things, being consistent, that makes such a difference. Okay, Lauren says, on the program, you recommend half a cup of low-fat yogurt. Can you have full-fat yogurt or Greek? If so, what portion size? Yes. I rebelled through that question, but full fat is absolutely fine. We are, this year, my Coach Prue and I are revising the Get Lean Eating Plan, and we're going to be including more healthy fats, all right, because we know that healthy fats actually help us lose weight, all right? So I'm going to be adjusting that. Use the same portion size in the full fat. Thank you for that question. Dia, fresh fruits are so much better than juice. That's right, because you're going to remove all the fibre, right, from it, and then you're just left with the pure sugar. So you want to eat the whole fruit. Awesome. Yes. Oh, there's all got some good stuff on here. Ali from Scotland. Hey, little Ali, how you going? Scottish, still cut oats are Scottish oats. Yes, that's right, Jen, Scottish oats. I'm pretty, like the groats, all groats. And maybe Ali can tell us, because she's on today and she's from Scotland. All right, so I'm getting really thirsty, so I'm just going to have a little drink of the afternoon protein shake. Is that okay? I'm talking. Oi. Oh, that's so good. Okay, we kind of jumped ahead. I've got to tell you what this is. So you've had your lunch, and then you get to mid-afternoon. Now, this is the danger zone. The mid-afternoon is where I find most women kind of things come undone, right? If this is you, give me a little love or a like. It's like you get to the mid-afternoon and your energy levels start to drop, right? You kind of been okay, but then about 3 or 4 o'clock, you're kind of like, that kind of hit the wall, okay? And you know, I've got to finish the day. If you work, I've got to get home, or if you're at home, I've got to get the kiddies out of school, get them out of home, childcare, whatever. I've got to get some kind of organisation in our house and make dinner. What's for dinner? You know, that dreaded question that you get from the kiddies, and you're like, oh my goodness, all that is before me, I feel exhausted, and you start to get cravings. Aha, the nasty cravings. Mid-afternoon, danger zone, 3 to 4, up to when you have dinner, 7 o'clock, it's that craving zone. And that's where a lot of women struggle, and it's where a lot of women have got into the habit of having that glass of wine. You know, they get home, they're really tired, they're out of sorts, they start to kind of get dinner ready, a bit of cheese and biscuits, and they're like, oh, I've got to have a glass of wine to take the edge off the day, all right? So it's absolutely the worst thing you could do in terms of your weight loss and your health and well-being, if it's a regular habit, all right? And I can tell you that for Most women, it is. Many, many, many women habitually drink on a daily basis. You're not alone. 1 or 2 glasses and a couple of bottles on the weekend. And they wonder why they can't lose weight. And many times they're actually eating really healthy and exercising. Alcohol is a toxin. It slows down our digestion. Our body wants to, and our liver wants to get rid of the toxins, so our digestion slows down. Whatever we've eaten just sits in our tummy while our body metabolizes the alcohol. So that means any excess calories go straight to body fat, and our metabolism slows down. We wake up the next day, we don't sleep well, and we don't have the same energy levels. So it's not just about the calories, all right? So what are we going to do? We're going to have a mid-afternoon protein shake. Now this is gold, all right? If you struggle with those late afternoon cravings, if you struggle with low energy, I really encourage you to test this out. You may have to get creative. You know, if you're at work, you may have to kind of think of some ways around this. You can get those little portable bullet things, right, that kind of make up your smoothie for you. It's really worth the effort. So today I prepared protein shake, and this is the one, these actual beautiful people in New Zealand, New Zest. They do all sorts of protein, really clean, really lean. They've got pea protein, like lactose-free. They've got the whey protein, really yummy. And so I made the protein shake, but I used coconut water. And one of my wonderful Get Leaners, Gigi, gave me this idea the other day when we did our interview. She said, hey, Belle, I make it with coconut water. Coconut water is really good for you. It's going to naturally sweeten it. It's very cleansing for the body. It's got the benefits of coconut in it as well. And then you add in your extras. Now, if you add pineapple or banana or papaya, you've suddenly got a tropical protein shake. Awesome. I added berries today, all right? Now, this is so good. Why is that? Because the protein really helps to fill you up. Protein makes you feel full and kind of digest slowly, all right? So what it does, you get this immediate energy boost, but it also helps to fight the cravings. So when you have this mid-afternoon, you're not going to get those munchies like you used to, you know, around 4 or 5, and you're like, oh my goodness, I've got to have something. This will tide you over to dinner. So remember what I said about every kind of 2 to 3 hours that you're eating: breakfast, snack, lunch, mid-afternoon protein shake, and then dinner. Now, you might notice something interesting. And the way to lose weight is to reverse what most women do when they're trying to lose weight. What most women do, as I said, is they don't eat much during the day. They eat like a little sparrow, and then come to the evening, they're ravenous, and they lose all self-control because their brain is starving. They've got brain fatigue. They're feeling emotional and irritable, and then they just end up eating whatever's in sight, right? And eating too much. If you can relate, tell me, right? Give me the little loves and likes. And so what we got to do, we reverse it. We're eating properly during the day. We're feeding our brain, we're feeding our body, so we've got the energy, right, to do our work, to get around, to go pick up the kiddies, to do our workout. But then towards the end of the day and the evening, we're starting to taper off. And when we get to the evening meal, can someone tell me, the girls who are on the Get Lean program know, what is missing from this? This is my Thai beef recipe. Like, I know you girls love it. It's one of my favourites. The Thai beef is fantastic, great for the family. Lots of women say to me, Belle, my family love the Thai beef. And I'll just quickly tell you about that. Well, while you're jumping in with your answers and tell me what's missing from that meal, what you do is you put the beef in one of these little plastic bags and you add in all your little Thai flavourings, right? Your organic tomato sauce, sesame oil, we've got herbs and spices, garlic and onion. Nothing too spicy. You adjust for your taste buds. You cut up the beef into strips, put it in the fridge overnight, and so easy. In night time, the next day, just get it all out, drain off the, the marinade, and then you just stir fry it. It takes 5 or 6 minutes. Delicious. Yum, yum, yum. So let me quickly check in here and see if we've got anyone who's cooked this. Exactly, Debbie's got it. No starchy carbs. So this evening dinner has no starchy carbohydrates. Now, starchy carbohydrates are your potatoes, your beans, your rice, okay? Your sweet potato, often many root vegetables are starchy. Now, the starchy carbs, we've already had them through the day for energy, but at night time, we don't want them because why? Because we're going to bed in 2 or 3 hours, right? We don't need to be high energy. We don't need the slow burning carbs. We need protein, all right? The protein is going to make us feel satisfied, fill us up, slow digesting, and lots of really healthy antioxidant, high fibre veggies. Really important, that fibrous veggies. So the more green veggies you can have, broccoli, you can add in the baby spinach, baby kale, zucchini I've got in there, the courgette, the bell peppers. The more fibre you have, the better, all right? Because it's going to fill you up and help everything to go smoothly through your digestive tract overnight. Now this is key, all right? You'll find that you're not going to have that full bloated feeling after dinner anymore. The Get Leaners that are on the program can tell you themselves, right? In the chat here. You're going to feel satisfied, you're going to feel just relaxed, you're not hungry, and then you go to bed and you sleep really well and you wake up and you feel hungry when you wake up, ready for your breakfast, all right? For your starchy carbohydrates. This is so important. So it's the timing of your carbohydrates through the day and the types of carbohydrates that are going to make the difference between losing weight or gaining weight, all right? It's not just about calories, ladies. You don't have to deprive yourself. You don't have to kind of get crazy on it and eat like a sparrow. I have women who join my program who eat 800 or 900 calories a day and they can't lose weight. Something is wrong. What's wrong with this picture? And often it's about the timing and types of their foods. Now, sometimes you may feel a little hungry before bed. You're used to having a snack, you're used to having dessert, so you just have a little serve of dairy. This is the yogurt again. You can put a few little sprinklings. You could put some of the frozen fruit, the berries or whatever with that for sweetener, or stevia if you like it really sweet. Dairy is really good before bed because it helps you to sleep well. Okay, the ingredients in the yogurt help you to sleep well, and the protein, again, helps you feel full without feeling bloated and without eating too much. So that's a really nice little snack. You might not feel like you need it, okay, but it's there if you want it. So this is a day on Get Lean. You will be amazed how satisfied you feel, how high your energy levels are, how kind of stable your moods are. You're clear-headed. Like you tell me, ladies who are on the program, you kind of get that clarity of thinking because you've got a stable blood sugar level, right? You're not getting all these peaks and troughs through the day as you're kind of snacking on fast-burning carbs and rubbish food, right? That just gives you this zing of energy and then you crash. All right, making sense? All right, let me see if I've got any questions. Now is your time to ask your questions. Alex, how do I get rid of craving a pudding after dinner? Start with the yogurt. Alex, you'll be surprised. It's creamy. You can add some stevia for sweetness. Okay, it's going to fill you up. It's got the protein. If you need a little bit of extra crunchiness to make it interesting, few little chopped almonds. You can do the figs are great. Actually, that's something I didn't talk about. What I find is that I know for me, when I first started changing my eating habits, I used to live on sugar. I was addicted to sugar. And I needed something to get me through those moments of, I've got to have sugar. I mean, I'm talking, the girls have seen it who know me well and seen some of my videos. I used to have 4 or 5 cups of coffee with 3 sugars in each day. I didn't have breakfast. I ate biscuits in the morning, like cookies all morning. I was lucky if I had lunch. I had lollies and chocolates in my drawer at work. I lived on pure sugar. I hate to think, it's wonder if I didn't get the adult diabetes. All right, so anything with sugar. I used to eat a whole packet of lollies, like the Lifesavers, right? It was not 1 or 2. In 5 minutes, I'd eat the whole pack. So this was a problem for me. And I found that the figs, now these are the delicious, we want to go for sulfur-free, semi-dry figs. You can have semi-dried or dried, and the figs are great because they're really high in fibre, okay, but they're naturally sweet. They've got natural, if I open that up, you can see inside that lovely paste, that fig paste, all right? Can you see that? All right, delicious, all right? It's full of natural sugars, lots of fiber, so it's going to give you that kind of satisfaction of needing something sweet. It's going to fill you up, but it's full of also fat-burning nutrients as well. So this is, having these little tricks up your sleeve is excellent. So you can mix in, I used to mix a little bit of the dried figs in with the yogurt, you know, if I'm like, oh, I really want my dessert, you know, but I'm like, okay, I'm going to have that. And I found that that enabled me to break the sugar habit. Right? That was one of the things. The other thing you'll find is this timing of your meals will help you break the sugar habit. Really, really important. Okay, so Rachel, love the energy I have on Get Lean. Awesome, Rachel. Thank you for letting me know. No more sugar peaks and crashes. Sleep so much better too, and like eating more than ever. Wow, pretty darn amazing. But sorry, Bill, I hate figs. That's okay. And you know what I've got? Let me quickly jump over. Oi, oi. Here I am. This is actually what I have, the mature dates. So if you don't like figs, try dates as a second option, okay? Dates are great. They're kind of not quite as kind of at the top of the list, but they're still high in fibre and going to give you that delicious little sugar hit. Just remember, it's all about how many. So 1 or 2 is fine. Don't kind of scoff a whole lot. It's about listening to your hunger signals, right? So have one. Wait a couple of minutes, 5 minutes, and like, do I need another? Yeah, maybe. Have another one. But don't just kind of eat a whole bunch off the top of straight away. Okay, that's important. Let me see. Tracy says, I never knew I loved figs till I started the program. Awesome. How much porridge or granola should you have in your breakfast bowl? Okay, so I'm going to, when you're starting the program, you're going to start with 1 to 1.5 cups, okay? It depends on the granola. I have the Get Lean granola recipe. The steel cut oats are very dense and very, very filling, all right? So you don't need much. And all this is on the program. I tell you what portion sizes. And what I've put here today visually is what you would eat on the program. It's starting out month 1. So it's a 90-day eating plan. I tell you step by step what to eat. You get the recipes day by day. Now, it's not super strict. You don't have to follow everything exactly. It's about following the principles that I've explained today. Just shifting your starchy carbohydrates from dinner to breakfast will make a massive difference. You'd be amazed, right? Just that one thing alone will start getting you results, all right? So these are the principles that are important. For those that want a really plan that's going to take you through step by step, you have that. For those that want the flexibility and want to mix and match and lots of different recipes, you have that too. Alrighty, so who else have we got? I want to quickly make sure I cover everyone's question. What's in the wraps? The wraps, I've done 2 here. One is a Thai beef wrap with avocado. Both have got avocado, tomato, spinach, and mixed greens. Okay, and the other one is a chicken and the same ingredients, all right? And you can have, I've made this a Thai beef wrap. All right, and just a plain chicken. You can make them vegetarian. You can have beans. You can have your, your tofu, for example, or egg is really nice as well, all right? So the mountain bread is the key, all right, because it wraps everything up. It's easy to take to work or in the car or on the go. You can wrap it up in Glad wrap. You can even make them up and put them in the fridge for the week and take them out each day. Awesome. Okay. Kat says, I have to train my brain that eating every 3 to 4 hours is okay. I never miss breakfast though. If I eat a day, if I have a sugar hit, I hope that's okay. Absolutely, Kat. That's exactly what you need to be doing. And you need to be listening to your body. You need to be tuning into your body and tuning into your hunger signals. And as you do the program and you stick to the timings of the food and the timing of the meals and the food types, your body will start to reset. Because what happens is when you do the things that I talked about at the beginning, when you deprive yourself of calories, when you deprive yourself of starchy carbohydrates, when you starve yourself through the day, when you live on sugar fixes or junk food, your metabolism gets messed up and you also become disconnected from your hunger signals, right? So you no longer can kind of be aware, am I hungry or not hungry? Or how much do I eat to satisfy myself? But as you start to eat according to the plan, everything will reset and you'll start to realize, oh, I'm actually a little hungry now and it's time for my snack. Or, yeah, I am hungry, I'm feeling a bit low energy, it's mid-afternoon, it's time for Bill's protein shake, right? And so you start to tune in and get in touch with your body's natural homeostasis, which means your natural balance, okay, and your metabolism, and this will guide you. So the goal of the program, and this is something I want to emphasize, is that it's not a diet. All right? It's not a diet, it's not a fad, it's not a quick fix. This is common sense, down to earth, doable stuff that's sustainable long term. So many women join my program and this is the way they eat for the rest of their life. I have women coming to me and saying, Bella, I've been with you for years, following you, and I still eat the Get Lean way. Right? So this is a lifestyle for the long term. It's about sustainability. And on that note, this doesn't mean that you can't have treats, right? We all need treats because if you don't have treats, you're going to feel deprived. And when you feel deprived, guess what happens? You overeat. So you go for 1 month or a few weeks or a few days or 2 months. You haven't had your favourite, whatever it was, the chocolate chip ice cream or the cookies, you know, or the pizza. And then all of a sudden you just like, you kind of break. And like all the floodgates are open and you start to kind of overeat all the bad foods, right? And you regain all the weight. Tell me if this has happened to you. The roller coaster, right? The weight loss, weight gain roller coaster. I want to get you off the roller coaster, right? And you can do it. It's by establishing a healthy, sustainable way of eating. So you don't get the cravings, you don't feel tired, you're not starving, you're losing weight, and you have treats. Now we have 2 treat meals a week. You eat what you want, all the things you've been missing, okay? And I give you some guidelines of how to run your treat meals. And many girls, we had this discussion actually in our private group just the last couple of days of saying, hey, you know, it's amazing. Like I was really thought I was looking forward to having lasagna. And when I had it, I really didn't feel that great afterwards or the next day. It's amazing how sensitive my body has become to the unhealthy foods and the additives and the chemicals. So as you detox and you eat well, your body's just going to get healthier and healthier and healthier, and you're going to stop wanting and craving those kind of unhealthy foods, right? There's nothing wrong with having your favourite treats, but everything in moderation. So again, I built this into the plan. So and I know a lot of you have social events and family and work stuff, so you can time it right. If you've got a work dinner or a family event, you just time it around your treat meal, so you don't have to feeling stressed, right? That you're going to have to eat stuff that you don't want to. So does that make sense? I hope that helps. All right, let's quickly, we're almost up, almost out of time. Let me just quickly check the last few comments. Rachel says, amazing how you always provide exactly the information I need in your vids. Oh, awesome. Thank you so much. Julie, what about other drinks during the day? Yes, water is very important. You've got to hydrate your body. On the plan, I guide you how much water to drink and when. Herbal teas are fantastic. Herbal teas are a tonic. There's many, many different types. Peppermint's great for the digestion. Chamomile at night to relax. Licorice tea. There's just about every flavour you can imagine these days. Herbal teas are great. You can make flavoured fruit water, a jug in the fridge, put lots of fruit in it, and just let that fruit permeate the water so it's just gently flavoured. Lots of ways. The key is just staying hydrated. Many of us get dehydrated. So in the plan, I actually tell you how much to drink and when, so you're staying in with that equilibrium, all right? Okay, excellent. Awesome. I love my girls. Thank you. Oh my God, Lena's today. It's awesome. Okay, Serena says, I'd love to eat healthy but don't like veggies. And I've had a few people on the program like you. And what I've discovered is it's actually about, in their case, maybe not in yours, is testing and trying some different veggies. Because there are so many vegetables, right? And so I find in many cases it's just been like a handful of vegetables that they don't like. And so we're like, okay, let's try and test some others, and we can work around that and work with you, all right? And it's also how the veggies are cooked. To give me a love or a like, if you're on the program and you're never any good in the kitchen, I have a lot of women who learn how to cook, and they're suddenly like, wow, I never knew that could taste like that, because it's the way that it's cooked. Remember what I said about marinating the beef, right, in the Thai spices overnight and then just doing the stir fry? Something so simple can create a delicious meal, right, that's really, really tasty and really healthy. All right, so let me see. Oh, that's great, Kat. Thank you so much. Mary, thank you, Gemma, for joining today. Jamie says, can she have a protein shake for breakfast instead of oats and again in the afternoon? Yes, you can. It's not my preference. I would recommend my energy boosting breakfast smoothie. It's on my blog, and I'll send the link to you afterwards when I go back to all the comments today. And because that doesn't have protein powder, you just don't want to you don't need to overdo the protein powder. 1 serve a day is fine, or half the serve, right? Half in the morning, half in the afternoon is another good option. Look at the maca powder, and I talk about that on my blog. Red maca is really good for balancing our hormones. It's high in protein and it gives you energy, right? It's a carbohydrate. So it's a really good option to regular protein powder without overdoing things. Does that make sense? Check it out. And it's also got matcha in it, which gives you a little boost with the caffeine, and it's got L-theanine in it, which is really relaxing. So this is particularly good, my energy boosting breakfast smoothie, for those who suffer from low energy in the morning and are used to or addicted to having caffeine and coffee and tea. You can try something alternative like my energy boosting breakfast smoothie. Alrighty. Okay, Leanne, you check out the link on my blog, Leanne, for the maca. All right, I'll put the link afterwards, you'll see. You can order online. A great big packet, lasts forever. Really good value. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Kirsten. Hey, Kirsten, thanks for joining. You know I love you guys. Serena, Kat, Mary. Thank you, Mary. Julie. This is all my girls. I love you guys. All right, so that's it. Now, if you've been listening today and you're new to Get Lean, you're new to me, check out getleanprogram.com. You're going to get a 90-day eating plan that takes you step by step through what foods to eat, what portion sizes, the meal timing, all right? It's all laid out for you. 3 months. It's 3 phases that we're going to take you through, and you're going to see that weight starting to come off. Now, we also have female-specific workouts, all right? This is all about the female body, targeting the troposomes, targeting cellulite, working together with your eating plan to tone up, lose weight, get rid of cellulite and feel great. It doesn't matter what your starting point is. It doesn't matter how much you weigh. I get a lot of questions from girls saying, hey Bella, I weigh 200 pounds. Can I do your program? Yes, we have many, many women in the same position, right? And they're finding, we're going to be interviewing, oh my God, I'm so excited about this. We're interviewing Get Leaner. She's amazing. I'm so inspired. Maybe next Sunday we have to tee it up, and you're going to see how it's totally possible to lose a lot of weight on the program, yet feel great and look great. This is a journey, right? It's not a destination. It's a lifestyle. It's not a quick fix. This is not for you if you're looking for the magic bullet, right? Just the magic diet pill, the magic bullet. No, this is for you if you're serious about making a lifestyle change for your health, for your mental well-being, for your emotional well-being, for your long-term health and happiness, right? Because we offer a lot of coaching support. You don't just download the program and you're left on your own. You're going to receive 30 days of complimentary, personalized, one-on-one coaching via my members forum, because we care about you. We want you to succeed. You'll also get access to my new private Facebook group where you'll get support from all the other lovely Get Leaners, and many of them are on today. And they're sharing recipes, encouraging each other. So exciting. So this is a lifestyle program. This is for long-term change. You'll see results within a couple of weeks. Some women lose, a kilo in a week. Some it takes 2 or 3 weeks. It depends. We're all different. But you will lose weight. But more importantly, you're going to start feeling good again, feeling good about yourself inside and out. All right, so getleanprogram.com. If you've got any questions at all, just private message me via my page. I would love to hear from you. If you've got any messages about what was shared today or questions, post below this video and I'll be back to answer very soon. So thank you, everybody. I love you guys. Have a great rest of the weekend. Have a great week. Remember, keep believing in yourself. Never give up. Follow your dreams. You are important. You are precious. You are special. So anyway, have a great week. Hope you enjoyed today, and I'll see you again next weekend. Mwah!